Welcome to Headwreckas Presents King TV with your host D Willa, produced by the homies at Conceptual Logistics Entertainment. And this is a show where we're going to keep it real 100% of the time and try to bring people together in the name of love. Yes, sir.
You can't believe everything you see on the TV. You can't believe everything you read in a magazine. You can't believe all the bullshit on the internet. But when I speak, it's the truth, so believe it.
You know, the object of this is not to maybe sway you any different way about how you're thinking about things, but maybe just have you understand what other people's thinking. Because, you know, if you understand what the next man's thinking, you can maybe meet each other in the middle. You know what I'm saying? First, I want to say I had a few corrections from last week. I was a little off that sauce last week. One thing, I was saying Jeff Blake instead of the tennis player James Blake. Jeff Blake is a quarterback in the NFL. The guy's name last week was James Blake. Not too many people probably caught that because, you know, it is tennis. But I wanted to say that. And also to my sweet friend Teresa, not all Hispanics are Mexicans. I was saying Mexicans last week because I'm from Houston, Texas, and a lot of the Hispanics here are Mexican. But I am sorry because not all Hispanics are Mexicans. So from now on, I'm going to try to say Hispanics, even though I was born saying Mexicans, just because I'm from Texas. I think in New York, they probably call all Hispanics Puerto Ricans if they're ignorant like I was last time. But I'm sorry about that. But let's get into it. You might notice this smile on my face. I'm just going to get into the hate straight off the back. Your Houston Texans did what they always do, and they sucked again. Oh, let's give a round of applause for the Texans. Cam Newton came in. Well, he didn't come in. They went there, but Cam Newton came in and showed his ass as he usually does, being one of the premier quarterbacks in the league, like it or not. And you know, they made it the game seemed a little closer than it was. I think the game score was 24-17, Panthers, and really, there was a defensive end on the Panthers named Eli, I believe his name is, and he like jumped off sides on crucial downs, roughing the passer on like third or fourth down. He's the only reason the Texans were actually in the game. Now, last week we talked about how awesome J.J. Watt was, and this week, for all you Watt suckers out there, let me say his stats. Let me look him up. Let me check out his stats here. Stats, J.J. Watt. 4 tackles, 1 solo tackle, and a sack. I think it's safe to say that Houston, the defensive lineman for the Kansas City Chiefs, is now the best lineman in the league. Thank you. J.J. Watt, you have now lost your place as the best lineman in the league, and that's just how it goes week to week. I don't know if he may have lost something that you ingest or take before the game, but he just didn't seem like the same old J.J. Watt. And it was magnificent to watch. It was magnificent. Now, I will give respect to Crick, the defensive lineman. He's the one that actually showed up. But besides Eli from the Panthers, Crick, he hit Cam Newton on the arm that gave him the interception because the guy he was throwing to was wide open as usual because the defensive backs for the Texans are trash. And he blocked a field goal. So Crick did do his thing, but everybody else, well, I'll take that back. Mallett looked all right. Y'all could have got Teddy Bridgewater. He looked excellent. You could have got other guys, but y'all stuck with Mallett. Mallett looked all right. He looked way better than Hoyer, but that's like saying 3 piles of shit looks better than 5 piles of shit when you're cleaning it up. It's still shitty, and Mallett is still shitty. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to get that out the way. 0-2. I predict the Texans will be 7-9 at the end of the year, and probably going to get waxed next week by my man Jameis Winston. Just to keep it with the sports, I'm always going to talk about the Houston sports together, and we're going back to my Astros. Now, last time y'all saw me, they were in first place. They're no longer in first place. Now, I was going to get my homie Matt to post the hashtag Astros, ASSTROS, because they were stinking it up. They're still stinking it up. I think they're still 3-7 out their last 10, but they're on the 2-game winning streak, and they're like, as of now, today, Sunday the 20th, they are 2.5 games into the wild card. So I'm not going to jinx them because I am a true fan of the Astros. When they suck, I'm going to call them the Astros. That's 2 S's. But now we're not going to take it that far this time. Hopefully you guys will get behind this team and stop riding the dicks of these sorry-ass Texans. Now let's get to – I'm going to keep it local on this first half of the show. Let's get to this the club gas lamp controversy that's in Midtown. Now, I'm a 33-year-old man, so I'm not really hitting Midtown no more. I used to, and I definitely know what it was like to be a black man trying to go into the clubs where you weren't wanted, you know. It's been plenty of times where I've been dressed to impress and not being let in because they say my clothes were too baggy, or I didn't have on the right shoes, or we didn't have girls, or anything. I mean, most people come to the club to get women. I didn't know you needed to bring women in every time. And I hear, you know, there's a lot of comments about, you know, that's how Vegas does it. Yeah, that's how Vegas does it after 12 o'clock. You know, if you get there before 12, you're probably good. But after 12, you probably need some women. But that is Las Vegas. This is Houston, Texas. That's a totally different place. So if you don't know the story, there was 3 African-American lawyers trying to get into this local club, gas lamp. And if you haven't realized, you know, black guys like white chicks. And that's how it goes. So there's going to always be a few black guys trying to get in the clubs to get them some of that, some of them young saltine sisters. And it is what it is. And these guys were trying to get there, but they were charged. The guys, they didn't say they couldn't get in, which usually happened to me back like 10 years ago, but they charged them $20. They wanted to charge them $20 while letting other people get in. And now there's a big controversy because they said they were discriminated against. And it's 100% sure that, I mean, it's 100% that they were discriminated against. Now, I've had people say, well, when I went, they charged me to get in. And these are white guys, and I asked them, how much did they charge you? Well, they charged me $10. So even if they did charge you, they were charging the black guys $20 and you $10. That's still discrimination. And people are like, well, if you don't like it, go to another place. But this is obviously where the prime white chicks are. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to get to the prime white chicks like everybody else is trying to get to the prime white chicks. Why are you not letting them in? They say, mate, because they know when people have money and not, and that's ridiculous. I know, what's his name, Gates? He's not walking around here dressed in 3-piece, 5-piece tuxedos and suits and walking around showing all his money. You probably wouldn't know if you met him that he was super rich. You don't know who's rich and who's not rich. So to say you're looking off the dress is also like, that's prejudice in the first place. So that's sort of ridiculous too. My stance on it is there are other places to go. I understand that, but when the people are called out, everybody just has to realize what it is. Why are we defending them if we know what it is? And people are defending them, and they're like, well, they should just go somewhere else. And like I said, that we're in the day and age where we're like, hey, they can discriminate, just go somewhere else, instead of calling out the discrimination and saying when something is wrong. We all need to, you know, we're all one in this world. You know, we're all brothers and sisters in this world, and we need to come together. If one man is discriminated, everybody is discriminated. And who cares what color you are, what religion you are, or anything. Stand up. You know what I'm saying? We know for a fact that these guys were discriminated against. They had to pay $20 when they were watching other people not have to pay $20. I know for a fact that when I go to back in the days when I used to go to the club with my friends and we were all dressed the same, and me probably since I had have a engineering degree probably made more money than most of my friends, and I was the one singled out when we were going to non-urban clubs as the guy that might not have any money, or what they say, or my dress was too baggy or whatever, when that was false. So I know what it's like to be to not be able to get in the club because I'm black, a young black man, and if I say it's true, fellas. It's true, ladies. So let's just stand up for what's right. I'm not saying you don't have to go to the club, but just don't let them pull the wool over your eyes and say that it isn't what it is. Call them out. Call them out for it. You should. You know what I'm saying? And they also say, well, there's black guys in the club. There's all kinds of people in the club. But I bet you these guys aren't young, urban black men. They're not young black men. There's probably some older black guys because they'll let the old black guys in. I'm 33. I could probably get into a club at any time now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm older, I carry myself a different way. But when I was younger, I couldn't. And I was just as educated as everybody else in there, lived probably in the same places these people lived, and made just as much money as they did, but I couldn't get in. So I know it's true, and I just ask y'all to stand up for what's right, and that's it on that. So let me go ahead and power up, take a quick Kayani break, get my NO2 levels up, and we'll catch y'all in a second. This is King TV. Yes, sir.
You can't believe everything you see on the TV. You can't believe everything you read in a magazine. You can't believe all the bullshit on the internet. But when I speak, it's the truth, so believe it.